Welcome everybody, and thank you operator for providing this replay of yours, as well as requesting some advices. So I finally managed to get back home from work, and I watched the replay and I have to say that I quite enjoyed it. With that, let's introduce the players for everybody who's watching. We have operator Oliviera playing as the Ostheer, as well as Under the Green Line playing as the UK forces, and we see that he's going for sections early on, as well as operator Oliviera is going for an early ENG. Okay, so I would like to pause the game the first time at this point. Okay, so generally an MG is obviously a good choice with the Ostheer against most enemy builds. However, when I play against UK forces, I rather like to play a sniper, to be honest, and I skip the MG42 because you have to keep in mind that the mainline infantry of the UK forces initially just consists of 4 models, and when the sniper takes out one of these models, then the fighting power is lowered by 25%, in contrast to, for instance, conscripts of the Soviets. Their firepower then is just lowered by roughly 16.5%, so it's quite efficient to fight sections using a sniper. And another thing is that with the UK forces, the mainline infantry is more based on quality than rather than on quantity. Thus, you won't expect too many sections early on, and an MG is, let's say, a little bit better in dealing with many units coming from roughly the same direction. So obviously against Soviets, for instance, US is also a threat for Ostheer, and you need MGs for dealing with the roughly huge amount of infantry. However, against the UK forces, I would rather suggest playing a sniper. Okay, so Under the Green Line is building up 7 backs. That's nice. And the star player, okay, he's heading towards the fuel point of the pioneers. That's fine. Most likely the MG will be cut off. I mean, I like that. It's a fast forward capping order. On the other hand, usually I prefer to cap this point using my pioneer, and when the pioneer finished capping, then I instantly wire the green cover for the enemy so that he can gain access of the car as well as this wall over here. So I don't know whether you do that after capping the fuel. Okay, no, you decide to go to the victory point and may most likely build up sandbags over there. That's fine as well. Later on you still can wire the green cover over here. Okay, so another suggestion that I have for you, because I observed that over here, is to use follow-up commands. I don't know whether you already use them sometimes. For instance, for me it looked like the engineers were instantly going towards the west victory point after they capped the fuel, which most likely was a follow-up command. However, the Grants weren't doing that. So a follow-up command is working with the shift button, the shift key. Most likely you already know, however I still want to provide this information for everybody else who's watching. And pressing the shift key, you can queue commands for your units so that they instantly move forwards to another point after capping one point, for instance, or do an attack or building sandbags somewhere else, or wiring something after they did the initial job. So this is something quite handy to use. Okay, so the UK forces players building up sandbags. More and more sandbags, that is nice. Okay. Didn't care for this sandbag. Okay, that's fine. And now you're facing a rough fight. So, I mean, I think that was not intended to fight the sections behind the green cover. How that happened. Usually you would like to prevent this stuff from happening. Now you are doing the correct choice and go behind covers, wait for the sections to come. Yeah, that's good. In the meantime, you're capping the moon, which is quite important for the Austria. I like that. Interestingly, the UK Forces player is going for an MG instead of a carrier. Most likely he's afraid of the ability of the Austria player to Faust your carrier, off to Faust the carrier. Okay, interesting. Now he's doing a push. I think that is not that a good idea. I'm not quite sure what he's intending to do. Maybe he wants to go for a cutoff. Nah, but that is too greedy. It won't work, I guess. So these engagements are not that a good idea. I mean, it's very likely that the entire enemy army is somewhere over here, so one squad for engagement is not enough. Now your next Gren is coming to back up this Gren, and yeah, SMG of him also had to retreat, and now you can push back this section. Oh, you have to go closer? Yeah, okay, you're doing nice. Yeah, and this is another fight I would prevent to fight, because one section behind green cover can quite rough to fight even with two grenadiers. Yeah, so as well, I mean, no, are you doing it? No? Ah, it's a soft retreat. However, after you mentioned that all the units of the enemy retreated, I would hard retreat the MG to reinforce it. So when when the enemy army is coming back on the field, you instantly have a full recovered MG to fight them. This is nice, I like that. Oh, what's happening here? Ooh. Oh no! Ah, yes, okay, good. Okay, so you're heading for the cutoff, that is nice. And you deal some super damage to the MG. However, I think you could have managed to decap the cutoff. However, that most likely was prevented during the heat of the moment. So that's fine. Okay, so the MG still is low on models. That is, yeah, not an optimal thing. Okay, now the UK Forces player already tagged the weapons and has 2 brands. So this is now getting rough for you, most likely. A little bit, even when the 5 model upgrade comes soon. Yeah, that was a good choice of yours to just camp behind the green cover. And I completely understand that you wanted to move your units now, because you noticed that he's doing stuff in the north. Now he's doing roughly the same thing. Yeah, okay, so this engagement, this is something I won't do as a UK Forces player, to use my healing squad for capping in a situation like that, because it's very likely that the enemy army is somewhere over here, and these are just crappy in fighting, so most likely you will just drop models without having any impact. Okay, a nice nade. Ooh. Was that a wipe? I don't remember. Could be a wipe actually, right? Ooh. Oh boy, okay. It's coming away. Not even dropping him out. Okay, it's just a model, nice. Oh, nice. Glad you sneaky mine. Oh, and you find the mine instantly, right? No! There's a mine, right? Ah, okay, no, he aborted the mine. That's fine. Oh! Oh, damn, okay. That was a white grenadier, I guess, yes. Oh, there's a K98 in the dust. Oh. Since I'm German, I fear that. Okay, nice. However, you're rebuilding this gren. That's fine. And yet I would suggest to go for another gren. I mean, at the moment you're not having the manpower. And yeah, and most likely you're now saving up for a anti-tank gun. That's fine. However, 3 grens, I think that's the way to go, because grens really are a good mainline infantry, and it's never wrong to rely on grens. These boys should have been retreating way earlier, so that they weren't dropping any models. The T-cap would have been provided even without dropping models. However, anyways, you managed to get the T-cap, that's nice. Oh, I like that. Now, I mean, most likely you noticed the Piat Zappas. And I think, yeah, okay. Oh, you're playing the 2-2-2 quite well. I like that. Harassing the the enemy mini blob a little bit. That's cool. In the meantime, there's a pinned down. Ooh, and the AC. Nice. Well played. Nice smoke. And the Grenadier is backing up the 2-2-2 to get the Faust out. If the AC is pushing, which is not the case. Okay, cool. Well played, operator. That was nice. Okay, so you have 290 manpower. Is the anti-tank gun coming? I don't know. It's likely very soon, right? Yeah. Okay, I mean, again, because there's not that much else happening at the moment, I think the MG wasn't that effective in this game. I mean, it had some impact, definitely, and you are playing the MG nicely because you play it actively instead of just positioning it somewhere at the map and camp there forever. So that is nice. Still, it could have been used a little more efficiently, I guess. There's the next cutoff. And still, I would suggest next time when you face the UK forces as Austria, try out the sniper. You will have much fun with it. Okay, there's the anti-tank gun. Ooh, okay, there's the anti-tank gun, and you still float like nearly 400 manpower. So, in this situation, I would suggest to build the 3rd Grenadier. Yeah, because I think your infantry fighting power is a little too low at the moment. Considering that he indeed has 3 sections with Brents. Oh, okay, 1 section doesn't have Bren respectively. Still, 2 sections with Brents. Vetted. 5 models upgrade. And the weapons upgrade. This is rough to counter when you just don't have the appropriate firepower. I mean, you have the 2-2-2. At the same time, he's having the AC. Nice. Nice. I like that. Okay. Not enough models dropped by the UK forces player. Poor old operator. Could have been worked out better for you. And now I noticed that he built up a mortar pit. Yep, and you already noticed it because it's shooting. Okay, time to move. Ah, that's right, time to give up the lower flank a little bit at least. Yeah, okay, this is a dangerous push. I won't suggest using the 2-2 like that. I mean, I think your intention was to scout somehow, which is, yeah, I mean, it's not a bad idea, generally. However, at the same time, when I play on this map, on the left side, usually I plant mines somewhere over here or over here. Yeah, because that are flanks that often get, yeah, are used for flanking. And yeah, I mean, it could have been happening that the 2-2 was driving over there, hitting in the mine, and then the AC is coming finishing the 2-2. That would have been really, really bad for you. Ooh, okay. The anti-tank gun will die, most likely. Oh, it's going away, nice. Haha, that's great, okay. Ooh, that's a mistake. It should go to base instantly, even as there is the AEC. I think you want to kill the AEC now. Oh, that's so dangerous because of the mortar pit and... Ah, yeah, okay, ooh. That will die, right? It's dead. Okay, that's unfortunate. Sad. I mean, at the same time you have plenty of manpower left to rebuild the anti-tank gun, because this one's most likely gone. You will capture it, I guess. I mean, I already watched it, and as when I remember correctly, he will capture it, right? Don't remember everything, but yeah. Yeah, okay. At this point, I think the flank, generally this flank is it's cool, even carried out by Panzer Grenadiers. At the same time, the timing is not that good, because I mean, you already saw that the anti-tank gun was gone, and you retreated because of the big blob here over here. So one Panzer Grenadier, not even if it enters the green cover, is not enough to fight the entire UK forces army at this point, because you can't even hold the green cover because of the mortar pit. This is rough. I won't do this engagement. Rather camp somewhere over here and wait for him to... Because you knew that the enemy army is over here. And it's likely that one of the sections, at least one of the sections, is going up here to cap the ammunition or something like that. And then you can push out of the... Yeah, of the... Let's say, the camping nest over here to... Yeah, let the one section insta-retreat. Or maybe even get the kill if he doesn't pay attention. But this is... okay, yeah, I mean, at the same time I see that it was a rough situation, and most likely the micro was very... or the micromanagement was very intensive at this point of the game here. And most likely you already were quite stressed because of the loss of the AT gun, stuff like that. So, every one of us is doing mistakes, obviously. So that's fine. Let's move on and look forward for nice 2-2 stuff to happen. Well, at the same time the 2-2, yeah, I think you are doing it. Has to be repaired, because it's one shot of the AC. Sad that he went to cap over here. Some nice model drops, even if the nade didn't hit. But it forced him out of the green cover, that's nice. Oh, and you aborted the next nade, that's cool. Oh! Oh, poor Oster. Oh my god. I feel with you, man. This could have been... Ooh, worse for him. Ooh, however, at the same time, he was lucky, but he was lucky as well. You were lucky. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so here we see... Yeah, we see a mistake. I mean, it already worked several times that you got the decap of the cutoff or even of the fuel over here. But at the same time, now as you knew that the mortar pit is over here, it even wetted up, I won't do these engagements any longer because, yeah. Even without the mortar pit, because it's at this stage of the game, it's so likely that he is camping over here somewhere, and this engagement most likely would be very costly, expensive. I mean, it worked. We just dropped one model, but I believe it could have been worse. Oh no! I even enjoyed you using the smoke again. Oh! Oh wow! Okay, what is happening next? Was it about to die? It died at some point of the match, but I don't remember what that was now. Ooh, are you going for a ground attack? Oh, nice! Oh man! Another ground attack. Go on. Oh no. Oh boy. So, yeah, most likely that was why I liked this match so much, because both players are suffering so much bad RNG. Or the other way around. Great RNG for the guy who is in the lucky situation. This time the UK Forces player. Sorry a little, I think. Yeah, and again, there's the push even with the MG, the lower flank over here. I think that's not that good. I mean, I always it's exaggerated, but I do this mistake as well sometimes, that I don't plan my engagements properly. I would suggest to, at this stage of the game, when you even have the control of the middle BP and the upper BP, that you just focus on this area of the map, out of range of the mortar pit, so that the mortar pit, the manpower investment to the mortar pit isn't having any impact to the game. And just hold the victory points, these 2 victory points. That is important and enough to win the game in the long run. Ooh, okay. We have to retreat, instant retreat. Or not. Nice. Splendid, that worked. Cool. Aber, this anti-tank count is dead, most likely, right? Okay, that's rough. Okay. Sticky situation at the moment. Don't actually remember how you got out of this, but I remember that you did. Sorry for the spoiler, everybody. Ah, nice. That's the first. Ooh, we recap the. Oh, okay. This is so micro-intensive. Nice. Well played already of both players. I mean, the engagement over here was nice, as he mentioned that the, as he saw that the anti-tank gun was decrewed. At the same time, he engages with his AEC. Oh, is there another ground attack? No, unfortunately not. Oh, yes! Oh, operator, well played, nice. Unfortunately, it didn't hit the AEC, but you're going for another blow. And the fast, and oh, it's gone, nice. Oh, well played. At the same time, the UK Forces player is applying his artillery So what he's also doing very, very well is that he applies all the abilities of his sections, like the overture artillery ability. That's nice. And so far, I think the... am I right? The UKF force player didn't receive any wipes instead of... or despite from the AAC. Is that correct? I think so. Okay, so now... again, I hope you will do it. To just focus on the upper half of the map. Cap the middle victory point. And then in the long run, I mean, you are going for the second Panzer IV. That is okay. But at the same time, when you would have been focusing at the upper area of the map, just playing a little more defensively, you could have been taking for the T4 and going for a Panzerwerfer, as well as for maybe a Panther. I think that would have been more efficient. But at the same time, remember that the Panzer Force also had a good impact on the game. Okay. I think I would have saved the nade, however I saw that you were aiming for this spot on this wipe. Okay, the first wipe for the enemy. That's cool. With the intention to get the wipe when it was going out of the garrison. He's using artillery again. I like that. It's interesting that we see that much artillery and mortar stuff in vs. 1. It's cool. Usually I don't see that much of the stuff happening. Okay, yeah. So he redeployed his infantry section, that's nice. Still, I believe that a third gun would have been a good choice for you. Ooh, will the Cromwell die? No, unfortunately not. It's really nice that UK players backing up this Cromwell with the tank guns. Anti-tank guns. And he's going for the Centaur. I'm not quite sure whether he already figured out what doctrine we're using, or why is he using for the Centaur. However, it's a nice counter for your doctrine at the moment. So, quite a wise choice. I like that very much. Yeah, so the UK Forces player is building up quite a sturdy army, as well as you are doing. So, 2 Panzer IVs, 2 Grens, a Panzer Grenadier, 2 Pioneers, and 2 Mortar and a tank gun. I mean, in an optimal case, I would rather prefer for having 2 anti-tank guns as well as 3 Grens. Ooh, 0 anti-tank guns. However, I mean, that's also fine. Of course, just when you rebuild the anti-tank gun, obviously. Yeah, you already saved very much fuel. Ah, I mean, now I see. Yeah, you were hoping for getting out the Command Panzer IV to enhance the efficiency of your Panzer IV. Yeah, that's a great choice. Now I see why you weren't taking for the T4 and building many Panzer IVs instead. Yep, there's the third one. Okay, yeah. I start liking it. It's cool. And I think you're more and more focused on the upper half of the map, like I suggested. That is a good thing. Yeah. Okay. Okay. What's happening now? Nice, was that a ground attack? I think so, actually. Yeah, that push was unintentional, I guess. 3 Panzer Force, okay, now let's rip the Cromber. Ooh, it's so dead, nice. Right blade. Nice man, nice mode. Ooh, okay, what a push. I like it. I mean, still... Nice. Still, mines could have been planted over here. So that is a very renowned spot for mines, so... sometimes really dangerous to push there. This Panzer 4. You can surround the pack gun, anti-tank gun. And you're doing nice. Will it die? Vet 2. Pack 40. Kill it? No? Okay. Yeah. Most likely it's a smart move. Even now as we see that there's another anti-tank gun over there. And you don't want to waste your Panzer Force. It's smart. Well played. I think I would have been greedy enough to push the anti-tank gun. Yeah, but that are my drawbacks. Often I just waste my stuff due to the things. Oh! He missed. That's cool. 3 Panzer Force all survived, and he lost both tanks. So that's really huge. Yeah, still, I mean, still, the army composition of the UK forces player. Aha! And there's one of the mines I was talking about. So this is really a renowned place for mines, as well as this one. Yep, nice, I like that. Some nice defensive mines. Yeah, this one, yeah. That's also a good idea to do. Okay. Now I figured out that your tanks are repairing over here and wants to push them. That's cool. Okay, focus the... Ooh, strong attack. Ooh, okay, one's down. Fortunately it's just decruit. Ooh, okay. Rough. One Panzer Force down. This one... Did it die? No. Okay. Let's enjoy this stuff. Wow, yeah, nice. Nice. What the fuck? Okay, now, for a good reason, he's really mad. However, at the same time, I have to point out that stuff like that, you have to be aware of that happens. That I mean, when I play the UK forces and I have to go for a cromwell, then I'm always aware that stuff like that happens because either cromwells miss because they fire like, I don't know, like they don't have a barrel, their accuracy is like non-existent, or they bounce. Cromwells, I really I hate cromwells. I mean, they're fast, they can crash, it's nice mine, but at the same time, I'm not that a fan of the cromwell because it just, especially on the move, it's just very unreliable. So, I mean, somehow I feel with under the green line, but at the same time, you really have to be aware of the cromwell bouncing and missing and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think it's fine actually. Yeah. And we have to point out that he also was quite lucky early in the match, so that's fine. Another cromwell? I don't know. I mean, this is the third cromwell already, right? usually if I'm going for a cromwell, then and it's on the field, then I save for the tech for either the most of the time for the come on, for the comet, for the comet tech and the comet as well, because the comet is just incredibly nice. Okay, cool. Don't know whether you figured it out or it's just a guess, but that's a nice push now. Nice usage of the opportunity. And the green line at the same time is using reconnaissance. That is also very nice. Oh, okay. Okay, so this is a big mistake of under the green line, that he's not using... What is he doing now? So that he's not picking up his the fight down here with his anti-tank guns. I mean, the cromwell can fight this, however at the same time you want to have your anti-tank guns somewhere right here to back the cromwell up. Even if you are aware of that already 2 of your cromwell died. And obviously the enemy is having a huge advantage. Okay, nice. Yeah, okay, that's really nice. That was a great push. Oh, wow. Nice ground attacks under the green line. Okay, we have to honor under the green line in this situation, because, I mean, that was really a rough fight, and I think when he would have been a better time, most likely he would have been aware of that he should have used his anti-tank guns down here. I mean, he did that, however, quite not slowly, but at the very late stage of the fight. However, still, he focused on the opportunity to use some ground attacks to finish your 2 Panzer IVs. That was really nice, so let's honor under the green line. That was well played. Yeah, and I think it's GG. So what we see is that it was an amazing game. I mean, there were so many nice engagements and pushes and stuff like that. Defensive mines over here, even if the defensive mines of under the green line should have been coming way earlier, especially over here, maybe over here. However, still, he remembered to do so, so that's a good thing. I don't know whether you planted any mines, so maybe that's also something you could focus on next time. So, for the Austria player, at this point here, this location, a teller mine here is really nice, because sooner or later something will push over here. So a teller mine over here is really great to have. Maybe a second one a little bit above the first one. Also the middle could be backed up with a teller mine. And you were floating quite a lot of ammunition, so it would definitely have been a possibility for you to do that. Okay, so, and I think the biggest advice I could give with this match is, mines win games. That's the first thing. Another thing is, try to use a sniper against UK forces. Sniper play can be rough. I mean, snipers sometimes are really hard to play, because I mean, the smallest amount of fire and they are dead, so you have to babysit them all the time carefully. That is obviously a drawback. However, especially against UK forces, they can be super strong. And another thing is, when you figure out that there is a mortar pit, or he's playing, I mean, especially a mortar pit, because it's stationary. you should try to focus more on the areas of the map where the mortar pit doesn't have access to. Yeah, so this is important. And I saw you doing the mistake several times in the match. I mean, of course, in the heat of the moment, bad things happen, even to really, really good players. I mean, sure. Oh, that's not wise. You could try to focus on. Okay. Yeah. Despite from that, I would say very well played. Both of the players played really well. You even got the T4 tag now. Could have been coming earlier. So, yeah. I think with that, let's say. Oh no, one more thing. I think that the UKF player on the green line, he made very nice choices. Both of you guys were playing ground attacks very nicely. I like that very much. However, I think under the green line should have been going for the Comet Tech way earlier. Because I really don't like to rely on Cromwell tanks. They are just... I don't like the accuracy, I don't like the penetration, everything of them is just not to my favor, so yeah. I don't build 3 or 4, I think I even built 4 of the Cromwell tanks, so yeah, not that a good choice. What indeed was a good choice to go for the anti-air tank, the Centaur over here. And I assume that he did so because he realized that you are using this doctrine with the skill planes as well as the reconnaissance. So that was a very wise choice. So I would say that Under the Green Line played very well, as well as operated it, obviously. Yeah, and with that, let's say GG and well played and good time.
till 59.